Welcome back everybody. Today I'm going to be cooking pad Kaprao gai, which is stir-fried chicken with holy basil and chili and garlic. Only I'm not using holy basil because I find it quite hard to get hold of where I am. I'm using Thai Sweet Basil, which I actually prefer in this dish anyway. I love the aniseed flavour, absolutely love it. So here is my minced chicken. Now you can buy this in the shop. I decided to mince it myself because they didn't have any, and even better still, I've used all thigh meat. So I got some boneless, skinless thighs. I minced them up myself. 650 grams of minced thigh chicken there. Lovely. I've got 12 cloves of garlic. This is all about the garlic and the chilies. 12 cloves of garlic. I've got about 20 or so bird's eye chilies, red ones obviously. 4 large chilies for a sweeter chili flavour. I've got 2 banana shallots. You can use normal shallots if you like, or a small white onion. I've got about 250 grams of green beans there. I've got a lime, which we'll be using to make our sauce to drizzle over our crispy egg. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, main ingredients here are our sauces. I've got dark soy sauce. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of that. Light soy, 2 tablespoons of that. Oyster sauce, good quality, 2 tablespoons of that. Fish sauce, 4 teaspoons, not quite as much. I'm going to need some water, about 4 tablespoons of that. 3 teaspoons of sugar. That's all going to go into our sauce mix. So I'll show you that when it's done. I've got some lovely free-range Burford brown eggs there. They're going to be fried crispy Thai style to put on top of our dish at the end. As I said, I'm making a little sauce to drizzle over. I've got rapeseed oil, which I'm going to use to fry our mince and our garlic and our chili, and obviously we're going to need quite a bit of oil to fry our eggs. Last but not least, the star of the show, our Thai Sweet Basil. As I said, traditionally Kaprao is Holy Basil, but I can't get hold of Holy Basil. As I said, I prefer Thai Sweet Basil, just love it. So there's about 100 grams of that, three or so packets. We're going to pick all that off the stems. That's going to wilt down anyway, give that lovely aniseed flavour towards the end. So that's our ingredients. I've got my rice in there. I've got 1 mug of rice. This is going to serve 3 people. Well, me and my 2 sons, so it's like 4 people really. I've got a mug of rice in there. I'm going to add some sea salt and a mug of water. I'm going to get that on the go in my pressure cooker, multi-cooker, rice cooker thing there. That's going to take about 12 minutes, and that can just wait until we're done. So there's our ingredients. I've got a wok, I've got a frying pan, so let's get cooking. So first things first, I'm going to get my rice on the go. Also, you're going to need a mortar and pestle, obviously, for pounding up the chili and the garlic. Forgot to mention that. So I hope you've got one. So I'm going to go in with a few pinches of sea salt and a mug of rice, a mug of water to match the mug of rice. Give it a little mix up. Let's get that lid on. We don't have to worry about our rice. Obviously you can do it in a saucepan if you haven't got one of these, but I recommend getting a rice cooker or one of these. It's so easy and it keeps it warm. You don't have to rush to serve it up at the end. There you go. That's going to take about 12 minutes once it pressurizes. So next thing I'm going to do is pound up my bird's eye chilies. Now you want to crush these right up, you know, keep going until they're all pounded up, all the oil and the juice will come out of them. And when that's done, we're going to chuck in our garlic and our other big chilies. I'm going to cut those up into small pieces and pound them up as well. So get pounding, let's get these chilies all pounded up. This is our paste, our base paste for this dish. So I'm just going to carry on with that. Right, as you can see, chilies have got a lot of juice coming out of them. I'm going to keep pounding them a bit more, but first I'm going to put my garlic in. I've obviously peeled my garlic and I've cut all the cloves in half. So that's my garlic going in. I'm going to carry on crushing that until you get like a rough paste. So I'm going to keep on with that. And in the meantime, I'm going to get one of my children to cut up the green beans for me. Save a bit of time. And we're going to need our shallots diced finely as well. So I'm just going to get all that done and get these pounded up. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so that is our chilli and garlic pounded up. That's about the consistency you want, if you can see that. Honestly, it smells amazing. It's just chilli and garlic and it smells so good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a teaspoon of that. Make sure you've got chilli and garlic. Just a teaspoon into a little bowl. And we're going to with some fish sauce. This is going to be our drizzle for our crispy fried egg. And a squeeze of lime. That even lime and fish sauce. And you don't need much of this, obviously. It's literally a little drizzle over the egg. So that's chilli, garlic, lime and fish sauce. That's done. Put that to one side. Now, next thing I'm going to do, once you start cooking, this is all pretty quick. So I'm going to measure out my sauces into a bowl. I've told you the amounts, it's going to come up on the screen anyway, with the sugar and the water. I'm going to get that done. My green beans over here, cut into thirds. My 2 shallots finely diced. And also, I'm going to pick this basil, get it washed. So I'll throw that in at the end. I want to get it picked now before I start cooking. As I said, it's all going to go pretty quick. So I'm just going to carry on with that, measure out my sauces, and then we'll start cooking. Right, let's measure these sauces out. 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Good quality oyster sauce. 2 tablespoons of dark soy. Gives it a nice colour. 2 tablespoons of light soy. And fish sauce. 4 teaspoons. So not quite 2 tablespoons. Otherwise it would be too salty. Obviously if you're doing a smaller amount of chicken, say half, you can halve this, half the chilies and everything else. Back to the tablespoons. 4 tablespoons of water. In that goes. And our 3 teaspoons of sugar. I've got caster sugar there, so that will blend in. I'm going to give that a little mix up, make sure all that sugar's blended into the sauce. And as I said, I'm going to pick my basil and then start cooking. So I'm just going to carry on mixing this. Okay, our sauce is all mixed up. Eggs are ready. We've got our drizzle for the eggs, our minced chicken there. I've put my chilli and garlic paste into the wok. My basil's all picked, been rinsed off as well. Green beans and shallots ready to go. I'm going to get a moderate to, well, high, let's say high heat under this. Plenty of rapeseed oil in there. Now, as this starts to cook, you may start sneezing. It depends on your chilli level tolerance. You might want to open a window. But as this starts to sizzle away, it does go up your nose a bit. So you want to release all the aromas, flavour this oil before we add our chicken. It won't be long now and this dish will be done. So yeah, nice high heat, sizzling already. That's going to start smelling amazing. Now if you don't want to use so many chilies, you don't have to, but this is supposed to be a spicy dish. It's not supposed to have just one chili in it, Jamie Oliver. It's supposed to be spicy, so here we go. The smell is coming out now. So just carry on. I'm going to give that another 30 seconds and then I'm going to add my chicken. So 30 more seconds. Right, so about another 30 seconds. Straight in with the chicken. And we'll carry on stir frying that. Now some water comes out of your chicken. Just keep going until the water disappears again. So I'm just going to carry on stir frying that until the chicken's nearly done. Then I'm going to add all my sauce mix. So 2 more minutes, keep it on a high heat. See you in a minute. Right, it's been a couple of minutes. Oh, a couple of sneezes going on in here. Chicken's almost done. Let's go in with our sauce. Give this a good mix around. Keep it on a high heat. Make sure all the chicken's coated in that sauce. I'm going to go straight in with my diced shallots there. In they go. Keep mixing it. I'm going to give this 2 more minutes. Then I'm going to add my green beans. You can add your green beans now if you like them done a bit more, but I like them with a bit of bite, a little bit of crunch to them. So 2 more minutes for this, and then I'm going to put the green beans in. So see you in a minute. Right, let's add about another 3 minutes. Nicely coated, shallots blended in. Now I'm going to go over my green beans. And I'm going to cook it for another 2 or 3 minutes until the green beans are done to your liking. You see a lot of the juices disappeared now the green beans have gone in. Especially the Thai Sweet Basil. That won't be going in until right at the very last minute after I've turned the heat off. So I'm just going to cook this for another 2 or 3 minutes until my beans are done and I'm ready to go. See you then. Okay, let's add about another 3 minutes. As you can see, it looks lovely and it smells amazing. So make sure you do enough of this because whoever you're cooking it for is going to ask for seconds, I guarantee it. Right, now that's done enough. My beans have still got a bit of bite to them. I'm going to turn the heat off, completely off, and I'm going to leave this for 3 or 4 minutes just to cool down a bit. Not cold, but just 3 or 4 minutes before I add my basil. Obviously it won't go black or anything, you want to let it cool down a little bit. And whatever you do, don't add the basil while you're still got the heat on. So I'm going to give that about another 3 minutes, and then I'm going to chuck the basil in. I'm going to plate up, and then I'm going to start frying my crispy egg to put on top because, you know, that is proper Thai style. So a couple more minutes, and then we're going to add the basil. Right, that's been sitting there for about 4 minutes, still hot, but not smoking hot. Now this might look like a lot of Thai basil. You don't have to use this much, but as I said, I love this stuff. And traditionally it would be holy basil, but I prefer it with this. I've done this dish so many times. I'll sometimes do it with pork as well. It's just as nice with minced pork. But I thought I'd do chicken to make a change. So I'm going to mix this up. Then I'm going to plate up. And then I'm going to fry my crispy egg to go on top. So look at that. Now the smell. Wow. The basil, that aniseed smell, chili, garlic, oh, amazing. Right, I'm going to get this plated up and do the egg. See you in a minute. So there we have our dish plated up. Next is the egg. Right, so I've got my oil quite hot, not blistering hot yet. You obviously want plenty of oil in there. Get your egg in and then crank it right up, full whack. Now you want this to go crispy, so get it full on. I haven't got one of those flame burners that they have in a restaurant, but it's going to spit, so be careful. I haven't got an outside kitchen either, so keep it going. It will go crispy. You won't have to flip this. It should be cooked on top by the time it's done. It's bubbling up, there we go. Be careful. You just flick some oil, top of your yolk will be done. There we go. It's obviously messy this. Don't normally do fried eggs like this, but with this dish, it's got to be a crispy fried egg. When it starts to brown around the edges and your yolk is done to your satisfaction, I still want it runny. I want that yolk, that beautiful orange yolk, to be running through the meat. There we go. You can see that starting to brown up. And the yolk is still soft, as you can see. Right, that's browned up around the edges. That's crispy. Look at that. That is beautiful. Right, let's turn that off. Place that on top there. Last but not least, I have a nice chilled glass for a nice ice cold thing of beer from Thailand, obviously. Absolutely beautiful. 1 second, almost forgot. Our sauce that we made earlier. You want to break that egg. There's the yolk, look at that, beautiful. Drizzle a bit of that sauce over the top of the egg, and that is it. Absolutely gorgeous. That smells amazing. Can't wait to dig in. Absolutely perfect. Even Uncle Roger will be proud of that. There you go. Pad Kaprao guy, stir-fried spicy chicken with garlic, crispy Thai style egg on top, lovely fluffy rice, and an ice cold beer. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.